machine by the type salient pole or smooth cylindrical we need to understand. In line with this, we have to begin with the problem. A 34.64 kV 60 MVA synchronous generator has XQ, quadrature axis reactance. When I say quadrature axis reactance, you must recall back salient pole synchronous generator, direct axis reactance and quadrature axis reactance. Two kinds of reactances that the field system offers. The one which I am speaking is XQ, quadrature axis reactance of 9.33 ohm and is operating at 0.8 power factor. The general description of a synchronous machine, quadrature reactance is 9.33. Determine the excitation EMF, regulation and reluctance power associated with the problem. Also, plot the power angle diagram. Repeat the calculation and plot for XD equal to XQ. The meaning of this problem is, it is a general statement. A synchronous generator of particular kV 34.64 and capacity 60 MVA is operating at 0.8 power factor at a bus and delivering power to the neighbor, whose quadrature axis reactance is 9.33. If this keyword is pronounced, what is XD is a raised question. Then the information is apparently pertaining to a synchronous machine which is salient by type. XD is not given. We need to determine XD. Once XD, XQ are known to me with the capacity and associated current calculation from the capacity consideration, I can complete the requirement. Then I need to find out internal voltage, excitation EMF, voltage regulation of this synchronous machine and reluctance power, the power which is opposite to the active power. It means what is the reluctance power, oscillating power in this machine? I need to understand. Not only that, I have to represent graphically the plot of power with angle. The power angle is an angle between the vectors of voltage synchronous generator and the bus to which it is pumping the power. When that angular difference between the voltages of the bus where synchronous machine is connected and the bus where power is drawn keep changing, if the angle keep on changing from 0 to 90 degree, 90 to 180 degree, like that, when is that maximum power transfer from the synchronous machine to the bus is possible? I would like to understand. Hence, I would like to plot that characteristics, variation of delivered power to the bus from the synchronous generator as and when angular difference between those two bus voltages, we call it as power angle, keep changing from 0 to 180 degree. We need to understand. And this experiment by apparent, it is pertaining to synchronous generator by salient type. And the last sentence, repeat the calculation and plot for XD equal to XQ. What it means? It means that we have to repeat this experiment for smooth cylindrical rotor fitted alternator concept also, wherein quadrature reactance is no more in the picture. It is nothing but direct axis reactance, nothing but synchronous reactance of the machine only. XD is equal to XQ states that it is a smooth cylindrical machine. Therefore, the work what I perform in the initial part of the calculation is to salient pole machine type. Later, what I have to consider XT and XQ one and the same. Like XQ is given to be 9.33 in this problem. If I treat this XQ as XD, like this condition, the calculation belongs to smooth cylindrical rotor fitted synchronous generator. So I have to perform the experiment like part A for the smooth cylindrical machine. Now, before we go to the problem, we have to understand some conceptual thinking of vector diagram pertaining to a salient pole machine. Here I have drawn a vector representing, look into the arrows which I point. Look at the vector Vt. It is the terminal voltage of the synchronous generator. You should see carefully, which I am showing with the mouse cursor. Vt, terminal voltage of the synchronous generator, which has been given in the problem. Then you just observe there is an angular lag, and there is a vector Ia. Ia is the actual current coming out of the synchronous machine, armature current, what we call it, or a line current, whatever is that. So Vt is the terminal voltage of the synchronous generator. Ia is the line current or armature current coming out of the synchronous generator, having an angle theta or phi, whatever we can pronounce. Now the component Ia, the total current, is split into two components. You can see there, one component is Id, vertically facing down, component of the current Ia vertically facing down, okay, which is called as direct axis component. Like a symbol, you can see I have drawn a salient pole like symbol here. Along the pole axis, vertically dot dot dot, you can see here, along the pole axis, the component of the current facing, this is called as the direct current component of main current. And the component of the Ia, which is perpendicular to the axis of the pole, we can see horizontal in this paper, which is IQ, quadrature axis component of the main current Ia. I repeat back, I began with terminal voltage Vt, behind which lagging by an angle current is represented Ia. Ia is taken in two coordinates. It means the component of Ia along the pole axis is called as direct axis component, which is represented Id. We will see what is the magnitude of Id, how you get Ia to Id, Ia to Iq. We will see down the line of the writing. But let us see graphically what is there in this diagram. Ia is having two components. One of the component is along the axis of the feed system, direct axis component. Another is perpendicular to the axis of the pole, which is called quadrature, IQ. So when I take a vectorial addition of Id and Iq, it should represent me Ia. When I resolve, we used to call the word resolve Ia into two orthogonal component. One is Id, another is Iq. Next, at the vector Vt, at the tip of the vector, just see a vector added here, xd into id. It is the drop in the reactance xd with the current id. It means the total internal voltage. This Vt is called as the terminal voltage of the generator. What is the internal voltage of that? We call it as excitation EMF. So that voltage is definitely more than this. To compute that, what we need to know, at the tip of this vector terminal voltage Vt, we have to add vector which is a drop xd into id, quadrature axis drop, which is actually the current id with xd. xd, what is xd? Xd is not given here, xq is given. Let us assume xd I am able to calculate from the given data. Then magnitude xd is known to me, current id is known to me, x into I. If I operate, it become a voltage. That voltage is the drop in inductive xd. Then voltage in the inductor and current through inductor have a distinguished phase 90 degree difference. I would mean xd into id is the drop voltage. With reference to id current, it should be perpendicular. You can see here, this vector id into xd is perpendicular to id. It is joined at the tip of the vector Vt. Let's say a magnitude id into xd. I hope you understood. It is the drop in inductor voltage across the inductor and current through inductor. When I relate, current must lag or voltage must lead. When this vector ID is facing down and 90 degree out of this towards right side, if I view, it becomes leading by 90 degree. Then this vector ID into xt is placed at the tip of vector vt perpendicular to id. Hence, I have drawn on this paper perpendicular to this id as if horizontal in representation. Then, at the tip of this xd id vector, there is another drop happening in the machine which is called as quadrature axis component, which is xq and iq component. IQ component is already parallel in my plane. It is horizontal in the representation. When I operate IQ with quadrature reactance XQ, which is in the problem 9.33 like that, this magnitude quadrature axis reactance and computed current IQ, if I take a product, it represents quadrature axis voltage drop, means magnitude voltage, which should be again with respect to this 90 degree. You can see at the IQ vector, look into the vector which is IQ into XQ. 90 degree I have here. It means terminal voltage at the tip of that drop due to quadrature, drop due to direct axis component. At the tip of that extreme magnitude, direct axis, then quadrature axis drop. When I add, and that point if I join with the origin, you can see over here, this becomes excitation EMF or internal voltage of the generator EG. Now what I am doing here, to set up such an internal voltage here, these are the additional drops inside the machine. They must be taken care by the generator. Then what must be the internal voltage of the generator then? That is excitation EMF pertaining EG is collectively vectorial addition of the voltage Vt plus drop due to direct axis component, drop due to quadrature axis component. When I add that point with the origin, I will be getting a magnitude Eg. And now angle between the voltage Eg and the Vt, can you see over here delta? This we call as power angle. This angle has a great role on our present work. It means if this angle is 0, what is the power output? 0. If this angle is 90 degree, it turns to be highest power transfer out. That we'll see soon. It means I came to a point from the terminal voltage of the machine. When I add vectors of drop due to direct axis, drop due to quadrature axis, and join that point with the origin, I could get a vector called as excitation EMF or internal voltage. Then at the tip of this Vt, if you just take this projection, and you could see another point over here is EQ, XD, ID, IQ, XQ, and these are the some terminal representation I can get on this point. So once we are able to understand this, terminal voltage, line current, direct axis current, quadrature axis current, drop due to direct axis, drop due to quadrature axis, and total internal voltage, voltage at the quadrature. Or if I join this EG with this triangle, imagine there is a triangle here. This is the net drop I can say. Laterally, Vt and Eg, if I join, it becomes a 90 degree triangle. So XD, ID, IQ, XQ, and this hypotenuse, that drop becomes total hypotenuse. This hypotenuse, if I split hypotenuse cosine, it becomes XDID, hypotenuse sine, it becomes IQ, XQ. But I have not drawn the hypotenuse. I have just drawn you the component XDID perpendicular to that component XQ, IQ, this way. So now I'll come to the actual calculation. What are these parameters? How do I get these parameters for my present work? Now looking to the problem. What is the voltage I am working with? 34.64 kV. What is the capacity of the synchronous machine? 60 MVA. What is the working power factor of that? 0.8. Now look into the equation. when I have apparent power MVA equal to root 3 VT into IL or root 3 VL IL equal to MVA, apparent power, as we know from three-phase notation. Therefore, MVA is given to me, terminal voltage is known to me, I am in a position to calculate the current what it can output. This is equal to 60 MVA divided by root 3 into 34.64 kV. When I operate this expression, I will be getting a current of 1000.029, an angle of 36.89. You may ask me how would you got this angle? You can see here operating at 0.8 PF lagging. This is cos inverse of 0.8 refers to 36.89 lagging minus. So I could get current in the delivery path. Then this voltage 34.64 is line voltage. What is the per phase representation of that? When I want to get a per phase representation of that divided by root 3 when I operate, it is very close to 20 kilovolt. 34.64 kilovolt divided by root 3 turns to be nearly 20 kilovolt. Then when I am able to get current and terminal voltage per phase, I am in a position to get what is this particular calculation one by one. You can see here the EG is equal to VT plus the 90 degree shifted vector XQ into I. When I take this product, I will be able to get the voltage. What is that? Internal voltage of this. VT plus J into XQ into I. By this time, VT I know, XQ I know, I know. When I put them in the magnitude, I will be getting 26.665 kilovolt per phase. An angle, because this is a complex notation. When I have this rectangular form, when I put in a polar form, I have to get the magnitude and an angle. When I convert this magnitude and angle, I will be able to get 16.26 angle. Now, when I have a current I, you can just see here, current is IA, nothing but whatever the current I got here. Now, I want to get the current ID. What is the component ID? What is the component IQ? I want to get resolve IA into ID and IA into IQ. To get this vector diagram I have to observe. The angle between these two, VT and IA, is theta, which is given as power factor angle of the problem, which is 0.8 power factor. Cos inverse of that works out 36.86. And angle associated with the particular EQ. If I take these values, the main current, sine of the angle, these two. Suppose I cos of these two, if I take this vector turns to be IQ. When I take I, sine of these two angle, if I take it become vertically facing down. The same thing is being done. I, sine of the angle between these two, if I take, this current gets projected downward. That's called resolved component of IA along the axis of the pole is ID, which is I sine of the angle associated with the vector EG and the theta what I have mentioned. Sine of 16.26 and the difference between these two nothing but 36.86 minus and minus. When I take this angle, it turns to be a magnitude 800 ampere. The total current works out to be 1000.029, but the component of that along the direct axis is 800. Similarly, if I want IQ, what I should do? IQ equal to I, instead of sine, I should use cosine. When I use cosine, this vector becomes projected to horizontal axis. There's nothing but projection of IA along the quadrature axis. Projection of this along the direct axis, what I have taken here. So ID I could get. Now, why I got this ID? The intention behind getting ID is, in the problem, XQ is mentioned, XD is not mentioned. When I want to solve for a salient pole machine, XD is required to me. To compute XD, this vector diagram helps me. See how it is being done here. You can just look into this expression. Just take this ID into the LHS side. XD into ID. Take this side, LHS side. XD into ID. Take this V cos theta other side. So this V cos theta plus XD into ID become EG. It means from this particular expression, I am able to get XD. It is EG minus V cos theta, assuming delta is very negligible, V cos theta divided by ID. When I operate this factor, I will be getting direct axis component of the particular machine, which comes to be 26.665, which I just got in the previous calculation here. This calculation minus per phase terminal voltage. Per phase terminal voltage is 20 kV, approximately 20 kV into cos theta of this one. It is 0.8 divided by ID. ID is just calculated in the previous step. I sin of angular differences, which took me 800. When I operate this, I am in a position to get quadrature axis reactance to direct axis reactance as 13.35. Now I am in a position, XD is known to me 13.35, XQ is known to me in the problem 9.33. Both the reactance, XD is known now, XQ is known, ID is known, I is known, and IQ is also known to me. Because when I know the main current, I know the angles. I can convert IA to IQ, IA to ID. So this is the theoretical step I should do. ID I have to calculate. From the ID, using this equation, EG minus V cos theta divided by ID turns out XD. Once I am able to get, look into the problem. Excitation EMF in the synchronous generator is just EG plus XD minus XQ into ID. So I wrote here EF is excitation EMF per phase, which is 26.665 kV plus difference between XD and XQ. XD found to be 13.35, XQ given in the problem is 9.33. When I take difference, multiply with the direct axis component of the current 800, I will be getting 29.881 kV per phase, because the three-phase machine I am working on per phase. Now question comes, just look into this scenario. How is that power transfer between two buses take place? In general, stability concept, if you recall back, I have two buses. Bus number 1 is said to be at V1 voltage. Bus number 2 is said to be at voltage V2. Between two buses, let us imagine a transmission line having reactance X. Then active power transferred from bus 1 to bus 2 can be written as P12. P12 refers to power transfer from bus 1 to 2 equal to product of voltages V1, V2 divided by X. V1, V2 divided by X represents voltages of bus 1, bus 2 divided by path reactance into sine of the angle between both the voltages, sine delta 1, 2, where delta 1, 2 refers delta 1 minus delta 2, wherein delta 1 refers to angle associated with the V1, delta 2 refers to angle associated with V2. In that context, we know that power transferred from bus 1 to bus 2 from a synchronous machine to any bus, it can be computed using terminal voltages of both the buses and path reactance and angular difference between the bus magnitudes, voltage magnitudes. Then, if it is a salient pole machine and smooth cylindrical rotor fitted machine, we have a small difference. The difference is, if I have a smooth cylindrical machine, there is no concept of quadrature axis reactance, quadrature axis current at all. Therefore, when there occur a quadrature axis reactance, the reciprocatory to and fro moving power in the actual power is known as reluctance power. Reluctance power flow forward and reverse at the twice the rate of fundamental frequency. Therefore, that reciprocating power over a cycle gets cancelled out. But there will be a flow of two kinds of power. The first power is active power, which flow from bus 1 to bus 2. The another is reciprocatory reluctance power, which is flowing forward and reverse at the twice the rate of fundamental frequency. So that is visualized when we consider power angle study with respect to salient pole machine. Then how is that power transferred from bus 1 to bus 2 in terms of three-phase notations is written? You can just look into this. Active power transferred, P, electrical power transferred from bus 1 to 2. In this case, synchronous machine to the neighbor bus is given by 3 outside, 3 phase. Inside the bracket is the per phase. Per phase into 3, it becomes 3 phase. So inside we have two components. One is active power transfer. The second is reciprocating reluctance power. This is due to magnetic component and inductance. Therefore, I would say the component of the expression first is EF, excitation EMF, and terminal voltage of the machine where it is pumping the power divided by reactance of that, quadrature axis reactance, into sine of the power angle, plus, similar to this, voltage Vt into Vt, two voltages, Vt into Vt, Vt square. Inside the bracket, differences of reactances, Xd minus Xq, divided by 2 times Xq Xd into sine of the 2 delta. This is known as reciprocating or progressing at the 2 times the fundamental frequency. Delta refers to frequency, and this 2 times delta means it is moving forward faster than the fundamental and reverse. Over a cycle it becomes cancelled. This second term we call as reluctance power. Reluctance power is the power flowing oscillatory power forward and reverse at the twice the rate of fundamental frequency. The first one is actual active power transferred. This expression involves excitation EMF, which you could get here, internal generated voltage, difference in XT, XQ and ID. I can get EF. What is VT? Given in the problem. What is XD? We could get from the calculation. The second term, Vt given in the problem. XD, XQ we know. XD, XQ you know. What is not known to us is delta. Delta is unknown. Power itself is unknown to me. On the other side, delta is also unknown to me. Then what is to be done for this? In the iterative process, I should start taking delta from the range. If delta is 0, what is the total power transferred? If delta is a 5 degree, what is the total power transferred? If delta is 10 degree, what is the power transfer? I should account in terms of incremental values of delta. Once I put a delta in the position, sine delta and sine 2 delta, this numerical term turns out to be a magnitude. First term is active power, second term is reluctance power. I have two kinds of power. When I add them and take a 3, it becomes total power transferred by the synchronous generator salient pole machine. Then to do this, I have to take delta in incremental step. That's called as a power angle diagram. I am trying to plot power with variable angle delta. As the delta starts from 0 to 180 degree, so at point 90, when delta is close to 90, the value of power output is highest. When delta is 0, power is surely 0. When delta is 180, power output is surely 0. In between 0 to 180, in the incremental trend up to 90, from 90 towards 180 degree, power starts diminishing down. In this way, sinusoidally, this expression represents transfer of power from one bus to another bus. Our task is to calculate power angle or plot a power angle curve for the synchronous machine having the data. To do this, I have to do numerical calculation of this in a sample. What I have taken, let's take delta equal to 10 degree. In terms of program, I will be doing in radian, but here I use degree mode of calculation. Hence, I substituted the value of delta equal to sample case 10 degree, then I could do numerical value of calculation. You can see here 3 into whatever the values I have, I just make it EF 30K 29.99, 30K, 20K and sin 10 and another alpha I put divided by XD plus divided by 2 times XD, XQ and differences. When I substitute these values, I will be able to get total power transferred from this synchronous machine to the bus I can do. The first term refers to the active power, the second term refers to be the reluctance power. Therefore, I can summarize over here. Total power transferred is 29.93 megawatt at the angle delta equal to 10. Then if I want to separate, the first term, second term like that, I can do it. So reluctance power is equal to 3. When I take this 3 inside the bracket, I can separate 3 into Vt square Xt minus Xq sin 2 delta divided by 2 Xd Xq. What I am doing here is separately I am writing this for a case study delta equal to 10 degree. When I write it, I will be getting the reluctance power as 6.87. Active power, reluctance power this way. So this way, if I keep changing this delta, if delta is said to be 20 degree, how is the value? 30 degree, 40 degree, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 160, 180. From 0 to 180 degree, if I keep on varying it, I will get discrete values of active power, reluctance power, active power, reluctance power. When I plot a curve, how would the plot look like? May I have here? The plot looks like this. Yes, I'll show you. It is there, or I'll put it in the graph and show you. Just I'll try. No, plot is not here. Okay, plot is not there. Sinusoidal curve you are sure to get. You will not worry. You will just check into our simulation itself directly. So I will be able to get the calculation of these individual active power transfer, reluctant power transfer. I can plot it with respect to delta. Then this is pertaining to a salient pole machine where complex calculation is used for term 1 active power, term 2 reluctance power. If it is a non-salient pole machine, you just imagine the same problem. If I understand the second last statement, repeat the experiment or repeat the calculation considering Xd equal to Xq was there. What is the meaning of Xd equal to Xq? There is no quadrature axis reactance. Whatever is the reactance, that itself is the synchronous reactance of the machine. Then that is represented as synchronous machine, internal voltage E and delta, and synchronous reactance Jxs, whose internal voltage Et and terminal voltage V, where it is going to deliver, and transmission and reactance if so. Now, for a non-salient pole machine, smooth cylindrical, what is given here? Xd is equal to Xq, which is equal to 9.33 as per the problem. Now, to understand this, again look into the vector diagram. Vector diagram says terminal voltage V and the current lagging behind it by an angle phi. Like earlier vector diagram, Vt and Ia, what I showed, exactly same. V and lagging by an angle current. Now, there is no splitting up of this current into two components. One was Id, one was Iq in the earlier case. There is no case of splitting this current into two components. Directly I is I itself. Then the drop in the synchronous reactance Xs and Xd, total drop into current. When I say at perpendicular to this, perpendicular to the current, at the tip of vector V, I have to add the vector which is J into Xe, J into Xs. When I make it very long side, I am going to get it. When I join that with the origin, I will be getting internal voltage Eg. This voltage Eg. The angle between Eg and V, this becomes power angle delta. It was same. I just go back and show you what was the angle we are seeing. Eg and Vt. Eg, Vt. This was the angle delta. Now same thing we are getting over here in a simple term. What I am getting? V terminal voltage at the tip of this perpendicular to the current I into XE, XS, you can see XE, XS into I. So this becomes perpendicular to this voltage axis. When I join that with the origin, this becomes internal voltage EG. And this internal voltage EG, you can see an angle between V as delta. We call it power angle of the synchronous machine. Non-salient is delta, angle between EG and V. Now, to understand this, when is the power transferred from this synchronous machine to the another bus is maximum? To understand that, I have to solve the problem like a conventional. What I will do, as XD equal to XQ, 9.33, voltage per phase equal to V divided by root 3. Same work I did there. 34.64 divided by 3, it works out 19.9, nothing but 20 kV nearly. Then current at the load side, which is MVA divided by root 3V. Same thing I did, 1000.029 lagging by an angle 36.86. Now you could see here EG, internal voltage EG, the total voltage what I am trying to write is VT, you can see, plus total current I, and the reactance. XQ is same as XD. So it is I into X. That is the XQ or XD, it is an X for me. So VT 20K plus J into current what I have got here 1000.029 and magnitude and angle into 9.33. This 9.33 is no more XQ. It is XQ in the problem. But for my case study, XQ is same as XD. So I will be placing in the place of XQ directly XD. Then when I simplify it, it becomes the internal voltage 26.653 kV per phase. Then I have power transferred from this smooth cylindrical rotor to the other bus is given by only the first term. I just show you 3 phase, 3 outside, per phase power EG into VT sin delta divided by XD. You can see that. What was here earlier? In the first part, EF into VT sin delta divided by XD. This term is not at all there. This is due to saliency of the machine. This is because of salient pole structure nature of the synchronous machine. Power salient, that's called reluctance power is flowing there. This power is taken out. So therefore I would say the power which is electrical power transferred from a synchronous machine smooth cylindrical to the second bus is very simple, 3 times the per phase power EG into VT sin delta divided by H, like a conventional power transfer between two buses. Now again delta is associated here. What is delta? Power angle. Because I want to calculate the power, delta is not known to me. Then I must have a characteristic such that for a variation of delta, how would electrical power change? Then to plot it, I should know for a delta equal to 0 to spread angle of 180 degree, tabulate the data of power. Once you have a power and delta, tabulate it in the column structure, project them as a graph. To do that, I use this calculation. 3 outside, EGVT sin delta divided by XD, changing the delta in a discrete steps 10, 15, 20 like that. I'll be able to tabulate the discrete values of power for specific delta, then project as a plot. To do that, take delta equal to 10, a sample case study. Delta equal to 10. When I put delta equal to 10, the computed power refers to be with a 28.56 megawatt. Then similarly, I could say calculation. Regulation is another performance of a synchronous machine, which regulation of non-salient and salient, if I want to do it, just take difference in voltages. So if we say EF minus VT, EF nothing but EG here. So 26.67 minus 20K divided by 20K, KK has taken out into 100. Regulation of smooth cylindrical machine turns to be 33.34%. For a salient pole machine, the one which we seen first, salient pole machine, the EF, excitation EMF was found to be 29.881 kV minus terminal voltage per phase. 20 kV divided by 20 kV by kV taking out, K taking out, it turns out to be 49.40. You will find better voltage regulation characteristics with respect to smooth cylindrical rotor. So by this way, by simple numerical calculation, we could understand how is that power transfer from synchronous machine to the bus takes place. What is that playing factor, power angle? When is that angle cause the power to be maximum? That we can understand by theoretical aspect, as there is a sine function available here in this expression, sine. This term has to be maximum. This term has to be maximum means delta need to be 90 degree. So when power angle of a particular calculation turns to be 90 degree, the output thrown is highest in that context. So therefore, when you program, automatically table of information I can get. Once the table of information is used to project a graph, graph is sinusoidal in nature because of sine pattern, and as you know, sinusoidal function attains higher value or its max value when delta is equal to 90 degree. So this we are going to witness. By this way, power angle characteristics, computation of per phase representation, and regulation characteristics of machine we can get into. So now what I will do, taking this into consideration, how is that these understandings, salient pole and smooth cylindrical understandings, are taken into a flowchart concept. How I can put these contents into a flowchart, how that flowchart is put as a program in MATLAB so that I am able to experiment it. In that view, let us take a flowchart, what is being arranged for that. Let us take it. There are two kinds of power angle curves. One is with respect to my power, another is MATLAB. I will take MATLAB today. Okay. Just look into this. Power angle curve of a synchronous machine. This is the power angle flow chart. How is that put? Let us see. Start. I start with the computation tool. Read the ratings of the machine. Like the problem. What was the problem? A 60 MVA, 34.64 kV, synchronous machine operating at 0.8 PF. XQ was given to you 9.33, like that. All those data I have to read into simple variables like voltage, power, XD. By this time what I have to do? Calculate XD, enter XD in the program. XQ given in the problem. Power factor already given the problem. All these values you input into the variables. Once you input into the variables, I have to calculate per phase representation. So in case of hand calculation, how we did it? Per phase calculation. VT per phase is whatever the voltage line divided by √3 in terms of kV. So what I'll be doing in this mechanism is VT per phase underscore PH equal to VT line voltage divided by √3 into 1000 I am doing. Internally what I am doing, kilo, 1000 I am multiplying, I am expecting only 34.64 to be put here in the position VT, or VT I have to read as 34.64. I am multiplying inside the program by 1000. So therefore per phase voltage is line voltage divided by √3 I am doing here. Then power factor is given to be 0.8. How to get 0.8 into angle? Because I require calculation of ID and IQ, angle of the current I require. Then it is a cos. A cos is called as cos inverse. Cos inverse of PF. PF means what? One of the variable I read here. What was the power factor in the problem? 0.8. I fetch 0.8 into a variable PF. PF is holding 0.8. Cos inverse 0.8 refers to the angle. So a cos, a sine, a tan refers to inverse function. Given you a fraction, get the angle. I use inverse. To get the inverse, I use the keyword a cosine. A sine, A tan, like that in the computation. So for me now, power factor is with the cosine, hence A cos when I use, it give me PF angle. I am writing a variable here, PF underscore angle ANG. You may use a different variables here, but for me, I am familiar with this. I am just writing these things. Okay, power factor angle from the given problem I am going to get. Then, what is that active and reactive power? You know there are many ways to calculate the current. I go back to the hand calculation. How I calculate the current here? Current I calculate as MVA divided by root 3 VT. It could lead me 1000.2029 angle 36.86 minus. Now there is another method to do it. If I want to calculate the current, look into this equation which I am highlighting. I equal to active power minus J reactive power. P is said to be active power, Q is said to be reactive power. In terms of mega, 10 to the power 6. So P minus JQ divided by 3 into Vt per phase. What it refers to you? Current. Active power minus reactive power divided by 3 into Vt. If I do, I will be getting current at the other end. This is same as what the current we got here. MVA divided by root 3 Vt. What I am getting? I am getting by difference. By programming, I am able to get this. To get this P and Q, P is given in the problem, Q must be given in the problem. But for me, what is given is MVA is given. MVA refers to a power triangle. Imagine a power triangle, right angle triangle. Hypotenuse is MVA. Adjacent side, if I imagine a horizontal side, is MW. And vertical side is MVAR. Now I am in need of horizontal axis and vertical axis, which is P and Q. Therefore, I have to calculate P, I have to calculate Q. For one step, P is known to you, like what? MVA cos phi, MVA sin phi. If I calculate, I am able to get P and Q. So I have tried here Q equal to P tan of phi. If I know P, tan of the angle, if I connect, I will be getting reactive power. If I know P means MVA cos phi. Like that, using the power triangle concept, P and Q I separated from MVA. When I separate it, P and Q are known to me by this expression. So I may use P cos phi means MVA cos phi, MVA sin phi. If you want, I can program and show you in this position. P equal to MVA cos phi, Q equal to MVA sin phi. I can add one line, I can make myself, or else keep ready power here. Power is read here and separate active power, use the reactive power separation here. Or else you can do both here only. You can simply call here. Okay. So there are many methods to do it. Once I know P and once I know Q, current I wanted to calculate by this way. So there are many logic to do it. One way of doing is I presented to you. Then once I got these things, my next calculation, I know that power angle plotting I want to do. For angle of delta 0 to 180 degree in the increment of 1 degree each. Then what I will be doing? Delta is an operator. Delta I am defining 0:1 till 180 degree. It means 0 to 180 increment of 1 each in terms of degree. Now I convert it to radian. So delta underscore radian. What I should do? This value, whatever I get from each time, I multiply it by pi by 180. What I will be getting? I will be getting it as conversion. So therefore, delta 0 to 180 degree will get converted to radian. That radian data I will be using in the expression. What is that expression? Vt into Vt square. Xd minus xq divided by 2 xd xq sin 2 delta plus the another expression. Vf into Eg sin delta divided by xd. Whatever the power transfer expression I had, there I need delta. To substitute that delta, I am preparing my delta scale here and keep ready. Once I keep all these things ready, I take a decision. In the machine, by the user, is xd equal to xq, or if the user try to enter xd and xq equal to same value, 9.33 and 9.33. What it would mean? If xd is equal to xq, it is a non-salient. If xd is different, xq is different, it is a salient pole machine. So I take a decision by this decision box concept, take a diversion. Would you like to work for a salient pole machine or a non-salient pole machine? I take this difference by having checked this way. Is xd, xq one and the same? By chance, yes. Then your calculation should go according to non-salient structure of the pole. If your xd and xq are not equal to one and the same, they are different. What it would mean? It is salient pole machine. You have a quadratic axis, you have a direct axis, and your calculation style will be different. Then I will go to right side here. Let us take the first one. xd equal to xq, the one which you have just studied here. I just take this hand calculation over here. When I wanted to make non-salient pole structure, xd is equal to xq. My calculation was so simple for me. MVA divided by root 3. Then I got Vt, current. I got EMF per phase. Then I got expression power total equal to EgVt sin delta divided by xd into 3 outside. There is no reluctance power at all due to saliency. So only delta need to be incremented into 3 outside. Then calculation for this is directly use these equations. Use these equations in the program. Can you see over here? Details pertain to non-salient machine. Then EF equal to Vt per phase plus J into I, current into xd. I is used as the current, J is used as the complex operator. All the way in the early experiment of MATLAB, it is like a Y bus by instruction method, singular transformation method, whatever the power flow we have done, we used I as an operator. Now in this experiment, J is operator, I is current for me, because I have assigned I equal to some calculation in this part. When I is used at the left hand side, it became an assigned variable. Hence this is the current I will be using into xd. I am multiplying. And J is my operator. So this calculation I am doing. Then excitation EMF from this EF per phase, this is the complex. Voltage per phase plus J into I into xd. What I am doing exactly? The same calculation I am doing. Vt plus J into I into xd equal to xq. Whether I write xq here or xd here, no matter, one and the same. So this term I am trying to implement over here. EF equal to Vt per phase plus J into I into xd. As it is a complex rectangular form, absolute value of this I am getting. EF, ABS, absolute value is nothing but excitation EMF. Now, once I know the excitation EMF, how do I define the regulation? Voltage regulation was defined as EF minus Vt divided by Vt. In the hand calculation, I take you and show. What was my regulation? EF minus Vt divided by Vt. Excitation EMF minus voltage per phase minus divided by voltage per phase. The same thing is being done. Regulation equal to denominator, numerator, identify. Numerator, what is numerator? EF minus absolute value of Vt. This is a complex. Vt per phase is a complex. I want only magnitude, hence it is called absolute Vt difference divided by absolute V per phase. When I take difference EF minus Vt divided by Vt into 100, it should give me regulation characteristics of synchronous machine. Then once I am knowing regulation, I am in a right time to get power non-salient. Power non-salient is nothing but EF into Vt sin delta divided by xd. What is this exactly? I take you back. Here, what was my calculation over here? Power output is equal to 3 times Eg Vt sin delta. Excitation EMF into terminal voltage sin delta divided by xd into 3 is called total power. When I want to work per phase, let me see how I am doing. power non-salient equal to EF Vt into sine delta whole divided by XD. This is non-salient power per phase. Into 3 I am doing net power. Net underscore power equal to 3 into power non-salient. And I am doing divided by 10 to the power 6 to tell you mega scale. When I make divide by 10 to the power 6, it is megawatt scale. I am doing it here. And plot. This is a new keyword. First time I am using. You are aware of this in your control system laboratory. Plot two parameters, delta, comma, net power. I want to plot. When I plot it, I will be getting a curve representing power, which is net power in terms of three-phase capacity, and delta in changing. When I plot it, it's going to be a sinusoidal half. First half of the sinusoid I am going to get. Then from that I analyze variation of power along the y-axis, delta along the x-axis. As the delta keeps changing from 0 towards the 180 degree, the power value keep rising till 90 degree as a peak, and later from 90 degree when I move right side, the power value diminishes to 0. So this is how power angle curve of a non-salient pole machine can be understood by simple 5 coding lines, where delta keeps changing itself from 0 to 180 degree and whose radian data is fed into this calculation. So this is how when xd is equal to xq is chosen, it moves to the left hand side of the representation, it comes down and stops. One part of the laboratory work is over. The another part of the laboratory work is what? Suppose this data what I read and pre-process over here belongs to salient pole machine. Then what is the salient pole machine? The pole structure is projected from the shaft. Saliency, loss due to the motion and the spreading of the flux in the air gap is different than that of smooth cylindrical. So therefore, there is a computation of reluctance power due to the quadrature axis and the direct axis components of the representation. Then my calculations what I perform here will change a little. Then look into the RHS side. When XD, XQ are not same, when I say no, it is pertaining to salient pole machine. When it is a salient pole machine, I have to check back my calculation, how I did in the salient pole machine structure. I go back to the hand calculation again. What was my structure? EQ, whatever the equations I wrote here. Whatever the equation Vt plus J into XQ into I, ID equal to I sine, XD equal to EG minus V cos, EF equal to all these equations I have to code. That's what I am doing. EQ equal to Vt per phase plus J into I into XQ. This is not all there in the first part here. It is directly taken by excitation EMF. Therefore, pertaining to the salient pole machine, what is EQ? What is being done over here should be seen very, very carefully. One-to-one representation over here. Vt per phase plus complex operator J current into XQ. Then what is the magnitude of ID? ID which we have seen here. What was ID for me? ID is I, what I get from this calculation. I sine of the angular difference between delta and theta or EG and IA. This angle is taken here. This angle is inside the sine function, outside I. The same thing is programmed in the MATLAB. You can see here. ID mag, I call it as. ID magnitude is equal to absolute I. Absolute I means the magnitude of I into sine angle of EQ minus angle of I. What I am doing over here, this is angle of V, angle of I. This is the vector associated with the current here. This is the angle associated with the voltage, angle of EQ, angle of I. If I call in the MATLAB, it will be doing this difference, and sine of that into I give me ID. It is being done. ID equal to I sine of angular difference. When I do it, I will be getting ID. Once I get ID, once I get EQ, I am in a position to calculate excitation EMF, E magnitude, EF equal to EQ plus difference in reactances, XD minus XQ into ID. It's same thing what we have done here. Excitation EM is equal to EQ plus XD difference XQ into ID. This equation is directly programmed. You can see EG magnet EF magnitude equal to EQ plus XD minus XQ into ID. So once I program this, I will be getting excitation EMF. I write once more excite underscore EMF because I use this keyword common here also. When I condition is this way, same parameter comes from this. When the condition is this side, same parameter comes by this path. Hence, I made some variable common between these two. You can see excite underscore EMF, excite underscore EMF. Whether I get through this path or this path, only the condition makes me different. Suppose EMF is obtained, I want to put it as excitation EMF as EMF or EF magnitude. Then regulation. What is the regulation? Same as other side. EF minus VT divided by VT. You can see regulation equal to EF, excitation EMF, minus VT divided by VT into 100. So these same statements are used in the MATLAB. Hence it could become easier to you, regulation. Now I did regulation. Then when I wanted to compute the power, I did not have any reluctance power due to non-salient structure. Net power was simply active power for me here, 3 times active power. But in case of salient machine, you have two kinds of power. One is power active, which is peak power, and reluctance power, which is oscillatory power. Hence, to get net power, I have to do 2 more calculations extra. How I am doing it? Just check into PP, the peak power. Some keyword I used here. It is EF, excite EMF into VT sine delta radian divided by XT. What it represents? It represents you the first part of the calc. I'll show you that. First part of the equation. I'll just show you this term. This term is separately done as a PP. EF VT sine delta divided by XD. You notice here. PP equal to EF VT sine delta divided by XD. I am doing PP as a first term separately. Then second term was reluctance power. This was called as reluctance power progressing at twice the frequency, twice the rate of fundamental frequency. This is written as REL. You can see REL power, reluctance power. Reluctance power equal to VT into VT, VT square, VT power 2, VT square, bracket difference of XD XQ into sine of 2 delta, 2 times delta divided by 2 XD XQ. I am not doing anything new. This equation directly I am writing in the MATLAB. How I did it? VT 2, VT power 2, XD difference XQ, sine 2 delta divided by 2 into XQ into XD. Same thing I did here. You can watch here. Reluctance power equal to VT square, XD XQ difference into sine 2 delta radian divided by 2 into XD XQ. Now, once I do it, peak power, reluctance power, I want to make them differences. So how I did it? Net reluctance power. The total reluctance power is 3 times reluctance power and divided by 10 to the power 6 I am doing to convert it into power 6 mega scale. So net reluctance power is 3 times the reluctance power per phase into divided by 10 to the power 6. Then I know another term, net power salient. Net power salient is 3 times the power salient. What this salient power refers to? Salient power is the sum of the peak power plus reluctance power. So therefore I would say PP and REL power, what I have here, These two I'll be using separately because I have plot of active power with the delta, plot of reluctance power with the delta in this pattern. Hence, I'll be doing two plots. To do that, I have to take power salient, power total. Hence, I'll be doing these calculations, PP and reluctance power into power salient. Power salient equal to PP plus real power, and total power salient equal to into 3 I am doing here. Net power salient equal to 3 into previous step. In the previous step what I did here? PP plus reluctance power. I am adding PP and reluctance power. Outside I am doing 3. Can you see over here? Net power salient. Net power salient, like a net power 3 into total power. I am doing same thing. Net power salient pole machine equal to 3 times power in the per phase. Power in the per phase salient machine equal to sum of these two, PP and real. I am doing it. I mean reluctance. I am doing. Because these two I did additional and separate because I want to plot. Like this, when I plot delta with net power, here I have two kinds of power. Delta with reluctance power. Delta with salient power. I am making an attribute. Put reluctance power in red color, quote R. Put net power salient in blue color, B. Color give here an attribute to the graph drawn. This way, a additional small work which is incorporated in this block help you to make a distinction of the work. Now, once I do this calculation, it comes down and stops. Now, only thing you can see is switching statement. Once a switch occur here, XD equal to XQ, which will branch here. If XD not equal to XQ, it branch here. You may write switch case, you may write if condition, whatever you like. For you to program it, there are two ways. You can program entire thing at a time and try to execute, or program only one part of the work, execute it, work, execute, confirm, keep ready, again make a copy of that program, modify it for a second part, execute it, work for the readiness and combine the program. So this can be done in two parts. I mean to say, execute the program from top for one case study, either this non-salient or salient. Execute it, confirm your result, save it. Take a copy of that program. Take again the study of this problem, make a opposite work which is remaining, then modify your program and ensure that works for your second part. This way also you can do. So no matter whether first type or second type, let us check into that. How a program can be written there? Again, program looks very similar to that. Just I have here, the program is nothing but whatever the interaction we have just done, a similar work is also shown to you. Just I'll show you one program. Later directly we'll use the MATLAB and we'll try to assemble the codes. Program. Okay, I'll just show you. Yes. Power angle synchronous machines. Okay, what I am doing here, just you can see. Power angle curve for synchronous machine. First part, you can see, if condition XT equal XQ, only first part. If XD not equal, second part. You can see. So what we will do now, we'll start making the common code only for part 1. And we will not write if condition, simply we'll execute. Then we'll make ourselves second part as a separate program and combine into one. So we'll learn two way now. Only we'll do short program for first half, which is non-salient. Later we'll execute for salient separately and we'll copy paste and execute entire work as a single. So this is how whatever the codes we have mentioned, clear command line, clear all the variables, ensure power P equal to from 60 MVA, P become 48 and Q become 36. So therefore P is 48, PF is 0.8, VT is 34.64, XD, XQ, I mentioned here for a sample case, if XD is also 9.3, XQ is 9.3, this is nothing but smooth cylindrical. This will enter here only. If XD I change it to 13.35 as per the calculation, it becomes second part entry here. So this now I made entry by the user to make the decision over here. Or you can make yourself. Enter, if your choice is 1, enter the first block. If choice is 2, enter the second block. If you are curious to do programming, you can still find it as a scope for your improvement. For me, to begin with initial remarks, let us start and let us take advantage. Then VT/pH, voltage per phase, equal to VT, what I am reading here, divided by square root 3 into 1000. I multiplied 1000, nothing but K here. So I can, you can still do outside also. Okay. Then power factor angle, A cos PF. PF is 0.8, cos inverse 0.8. I am fetching it. Then I have reactive power, Q equal to P tan angle. There are many methods to do. Even you can calculate the Q directly. P is 48. Q is 36 by value. Definitely works out. You can write it directly by calculating yourself, or you can do by this equation. Then I equal to P minus JQ divided by 3VT into 10 to the power 6 in terms of Q's current value. Then current, then delta 0 to 180 in steps of 1. Delta radian equal to delta into pi by 180. This is how you can do it. So therefore, once this becomes a primitive information for the problem, if the data of XD, XQ is one and the same, you can see if XD equal to XQ, because I put a if condition here. If I am doing first time, I will not do it. Directly I will do it. If printf, the details pertain to non-salient machine. EF equal to VT per phase plus J into I into XD. Excite EMF equal to absolute value of EF, magnitude only. Then display it. Printf, F printf on a fresh line. Code /n, fresh line. Excitation EMF equal to compact format, percentage G in volts. Excite EMF. This key variable is holding the answer. Display it in the percentage G position. Then regulation is EF minus VT divided by VT into 100. So whatever the keywords I used here, the same keyword I am using. Same keywords I am using in the program. You can see here. Excite EMF minus VT divided by VT. Then display the answer. F printf on a fresh line, code /n on a fresh line, regulation equal to compact format, percentage G, REGLN. What you did here to place in this position. That's the answer for regulation. Then what is power non-salient? Power non-salient is EF into VT sin delta divided by XD. This is the equation we referred here. This is the first part of the equation for this machine. It was seen here. This equation EF VT sin delta divided by XT. The same thing I am doing here. EF VT sin delta XT into 3 I am doing. Next power equal to 3 times the previous power. Previous power, this is per phase into 3 phase power in terms of mega 10 to the power I am doing. Then plot delta comma net power. Plot the quantity power which I have here, net power with delta as an increment. What is the delta scale? Delta is incrementing from 0 to 180 in terms of 1 degree. But I am plotting it as radian. 0 to pi radian is going to plot power and delta here. Then this is called command. Plot bracket delta comma net power. Then I want to make a graph to be with a label. X label delta degrees or delta in terms of radian. And label on y axis power 3 phase in megawatt. Title of the graph power angle curve for non-field machine. Legend. What is the color of the curve? So the color is identified as a treatment. What it means? The color plotted is a curve of non-salient machine. It's called legend. And grid on. I made a matrix line by rows like a graph sheet. Then I end here. Clear all. You can type along with me. Next also you can type. What is the power of this machine? 60 MVA, 60 cos phi become 48 equal to 48 semicolon. Okay. What is the power factor of the machine? PF equal to 0.8 semicolon. Whatever is the problem, define that problem only I am trying to type here. Then VT I defined as voltage of the terminal. VT equal to 34.64. Whatever is in the problem, I am typing. Then XD I type here. XD equal to something I wrote 9.33. Let us type. I will convey you what is the meaning of this. 9.33. Enter. XQ equal to 9.33 semicolon. Enter. Then I am here. I completed up to this point. What is VTPH? Voltage per phase. I'll do it. VTPH equal to, it should be VT divided by root 3. I write here VT into 1000, okay, slash SQRT 3 semicolon. What I did here now? This is 34.64 only. It is not kilo. I am doing kilo here into 1000 here. Clear? If you want, you can write here into 10 to the power 3 here. Directly I can write it VT. It is your intelligence. I used here only number into 1000 I did here. VT divided by root 3 is voltage per phase. This is what I am doing here. Next is angle of the power factor. What is the power factor here now? 0.8. Cos inverse 0.8 is angle. I am doing here. PF angle equal to A cos inverse cos 0.8. I will be doing. PF underscore ANG. I am doing it. Not underscore. Simply I wrote it. PF ANG equal to A cos PF. Clear? Inverse of PF in cosine. Cosine inverse PF is PF angle. Then like P, what I got here, I have to get Q. You can get Q by different methods. One of the method I use is active power tan angle. You can use P sine angle of this one. So I can use it. So I write here Q equal to P into tan of PFANG. There are many methods to do it. One of the technique I use is tan inverse function with the P is not how to get Q. I did it. I could do this step also. Now current is P minus JQ, active power minus reactive power divided by 3 times voltage per phase in terms of mega. I will be doing here. Then to do that, I equal to, I use a bracket, P minus J star Q. Complete the bracket. Star 10 shift 6 power 6. This divided by, I open a bracket which is to put inside the bracket 3 star VTPH. Complete the bracket. What I did is exactly this line, letter by letter I reproduce here. P minus JQ into 10 to the power 6 divided by 3 into VTPH semicolon. I complete it. Then I come down. I specify delta D. Like this, I'll copy and I'll use it here. Okay. What I typed here, first machine. The detail pertain to non-salient machine. Just I type here. I just use it and I'll go inside the machine. MACHINE. The next line. Just see what is the next line I have? F printer details pertain to non-salient pole machine. Next I have excitation EMF calculation. EF. EF equal to VT pH plus bracket J star I star XD. You must be very careful here. I am using J, I am using I. J is also complex operator, I is also complex operator in the MATLAB. But I is already given an assignment here. What I assigned here? I equal to P minus JQ into 10 to the power 6 divided by 3 VT. It means I is made as a variable by the user. Therefore, in this line, J acts as a complex operator, I act as a variable. Okay, this way I made it. Then, when I made this EF, excitation EMF, I want to write separately. This keyword is extra. Extra for me, I shown you to make some variable common between part 1 and part 2. I did it. So I do here excite EXCIT EMF. Should be little careful about what you declare. You should be using it. Okay. ABS bracket EF. Okay. Absolute value of what you calculate in the line number 16 should be used as absolute value as excitation EMF. Then I want to display the answer immediately. I did here F printf. I can display on the end also. F printf bracket quote on a fresh line. Excitation EXCITATION EMF. Excitation EMF equal to percentage compact format. G I prefer always because it is in terms of tens of power if required. Volts, comma, from a variable EXCITE excite MF. So I have to check very carefully my variable declaration correct. Here I did excite EMF. One E extra I typed here. I remove excite EXCIT EMF, EXCIT EMF. Now it's matching. So I should be very careful about my assignment. Next line. Excite EMF. Now I wanted to calculate regulation. Regulation REGLN. Some short form I used. Regulation equal to difference in voltages. So that's difference. What I will do? A bracket. See here number of open and close parentheses should be properly utilized. Now what I will do? I just use EXCITE excite EMF minus ABS absolute EF. Am I right? Absolute VTPH. Absolute VTPH. Complete. Now this became one paragraph, numerator content. This divided by what I am doing? Absolute ABS VTPH. Bracket complete. Into 100. You can see here. So I reduce the brackets here. You can just see number of open brackets here. We have 3 at the entry, but I made only 1. So I reduced it. I made it individual term inside a bracket. Now I counted myself and I managed the dimension of the open and closed bracket. You can still do or you can copy also. Okay. Excite EMF minus absolute VTPH divided by absolute VTPH into 100. I did it. And display immediately that answer. What I did here? F printf on a fresh line. F printf on a fresh line. Regulation equal to on a compact format quote comma REGLN. I hope I remember correctly. REGLN, correct. Displayed. Next line, I come down. I just follow this. Then I wanted to write power non-salient. What is that? Excitation EMF into VT per phase into sine of the delta divided by XD. And into 3 when I do it become 3-phase power. There are two. First one, power PWR non salient pole machine equal to power non equal to excite EMF, EXCITEMF. I'm using one bracket outside into VTPH into sine bracket delta RAD, radians, slash XD. Can you see some of the brackets I eliminated personally here to avoid the confusion or to avoid the additional work. Each term I put excite EMF, I put inside a bracket. I removed it. Excite EMF, one pair of parentheses I reduced here. You can use, you can reduce. So this power non-salient. But this is power phase. What I should do? Net power I should do. What is net PWR? Net power equal to 3 into power non-salient. You can see slash in mega scale 10 shift 6 and 6. This becomes mega scale. What I did here, content of 21 line number 21 what I have into 3 I did. Divided by 10 to the power 6 when I do it become mega scale. That's what I am doing. Then plot. What I am doing? Plot the representation. Plot delta and net power. I come over here. PLOT. Plot DELTA. Delta, comma. Plot delta, comma, net power. Clear? Complete the bracket. Then I am using delta as a, what is this delta actually? This delta is delta in degree. If I wanted to make a delta in radian, what I should use here? Delta rad, comma, net power I should use. So I am using delta in radian, I mean degree and net power just to show me 0 to 180 degree computation. Then I want to make the label of X, label of Y, title, legend. These are extra things you may be knowing or you may not be knowing. Let us practice them. Nothing wrong in that. It looks very neat. X label. X label inside that bracket. Quote with a delta bracket DG, degree. I make a line and arrow right side. Quote. This looks like an along this an arrow like that. Okay. Semicolon. I come down. Y label. Bracket. Quote. What is the value? Power 3 phase in megawatt. Power 3 phase in megawatt. Complete. Right? I want to make a line also. I did not did a line here. I just do a line also. What I will do? I will use 2 lines, 1 arrow right side. Yes, I will do it. Next, title of the graph. Title. If I put it, it looks very neat inside the block. Power, angle, curve for non-salient machine. Quote. Complete. Semicolon. Come down. Legend. This is practice because what is the color of the multiple graph you have? What color refers to which content like that? It will be useful in the next graph, but here I practice it. Legend. Legend. Lowercase I should use. Legend. Bracket. The color of the curve is picked as a sample specimen. It is called as non-salient machine. Wait. I just make grid on. Okay. Just see. Just I completed one part. I made the screen maximize. What I have done, I'll just convey you. Okay. This first part of the program I could just do. Hope this part of the program xt equal to xq only I typed. To see to it that I will have a curve power with delta. If there is no error, I will check C. Now I will come to know what is the meaning of xd equal to xq. There is no quadrature axis, there is no direct axis. What the reactance is? xd same as xq. Hence, in the problem, in the definition, what I entered here, xd equal to 9.33. In the problem, what was given? xq is given. If xq is same as xd, automatically this program help me to compute this data. I mean, xd equal to 9.33, xq 9.33 means this is the block when I want to switch automatically. Right now, if block I have not used, automatically it will continue using xd only. xd is how much here? 9.33. This is to mean first program. When both the values are there, you have to take a decision. To take a decision, condition is required. Right now, this condition I have not put. Personally, I am trying to execute first part of the program. Let us see how it will function. It will maximize. Okay, this is my program. Now I want to save it into my folder. To save into my folder, what I should do? Click save. Automatically, it will ask you to save in the path. Okay, it will ask you to save in a particular path. Now you have to browse your folder in a E drive, F drive, where you have kept your named folder, USN, something like that. So suppose in a F drive, if you are not done also, not an issue, but you should save them in a particular folder only. For me, my lab experiment was the folder. What I will do, when I search here, you can see here, my lab experiment, I double click. In this folder, I give today's experiment. So power angle without any space, power angle curve. Should not give any space. You should not give any space, no number in the beginning, no special character. Automatically it becomes .m. Give it. Now you can see the title become automatically my program title. Now I will show you where it has come. I will go to this structure. I will click my experiment. Okay, you can see it has come down inside. Now to do that, in this structure, here there is a browse, my folder, path. Here also you can double click and bring your folder. So I wanted to tell you my program is saved. Here now if I type PWD, now my lab experiment should be shown. You can see here, it has come to my experiment. It has come down to my folder. So I will clear the path, PLC, clear. So it is in my folder. Now I will come to file. So I will minimize and I will keep this side by side. So what I will do, I will minimize this file. I will make this file left and right for my easy access. Like this. Okay. I just make it short, lengthier and visible to me clearly. Then I will make this file as my clear. Now I will see workspace and all this variable. Command window is here, my files are here. So now I made two windows. It is one file practice will come. So if I run this program, it should run for my requirement and it should plot me. Let me try executing it. See here, give me the details pertain to non-silent pole machine. Excitation EMF is 26K and regulation is so and so. I am getting a curve here. You can see the curve automatically gets projected. Your curve got projected automatically.